if I had high blood pressure, what are the things that I would do? I'm Scott Fleming, I'm the founder of Core Theory Vitality. Let's list the top 10 things that I would do if I was struggling to bring my blood pressure down. First, I would cut down on sugar. That, promotes insulin resistance and stuff that you really do not want that. Secondly, I would do what I'm doing now. I would walk more. Just the movement of walking and everything else, apart from it helps to detox the lymph system and everything else, it promotes natural nitric oxide production within your body. Third, I would make sleep a priority. Unlike me, as an entrepreneur who used to, get excited about only having 3 or 4 hours of sleep, thinking I was clever. No, you want to be prioritizing deep sleep. Fourth, don't over-obsess about the blood pressure numbers and measuring them 10 times a day. You'll end up with getting white coat syndrome, where you get anxious about taking the blood pressure. You probably relate to that. And it falsely spikes your numbers. You don't want to do that. Number 5, stay well hydrated. Absolutely critical. I recommend that getting a filtered water, and also make sure you put some trace minerals in there. Celtic salt, Himalayan pink salt, a little wind of that in your water. That helps it to get absorbed in the cells and everything else. So that's super important. Number 6, muscle strength training. Cannot overemphasize that. As you age, your muscles naturally deteriorate. The benefits that you get from even just some sort of resistance training, you can do it with your body weight in the gym or whatever else, so super important. Number 7, natural supplements. You have to be very careful here, because 99% of the market are pure gimmicks. You want something, if you're looking for a heart health solution, there's a whole process you need to go through very quickly. You need to make sure that if whoever you're buying from, it's been designed by experts or PhD biomedical scientists. You want to make sure that the goal is very clear, that if something is going to be to serve your needs, like for example, a complete heart health solution, the best natural blood pressure support product on the market. That's a very good goal. You want to make sure that all of the pathways are getting addressed, so it's not just one pathway. You've got your vascular endothelium, that's where you produce nitric oxide from in your body. There's the nitrate-nitrite pathway, that's where you consume nitrates to convert into nitric oxide. There's the vascular health, so you want to be getting antioxidants to support the whole vascular system. And as 80% of US adults are deficient in cardiocritical minerals, you want to make sure that you're replenishing them, so your magnesium, potassium and zinc. So, and the biggest one for me is that you need to make sure that whatever you're buying is backed by human clinical studies. In other words, will it work? Will it work, or is it just pure gimmick, So natural supplements, because it's sometimes really difficult to get all of the stuff that you need from diet alone, which is why you need a little bit more support, especially as you age and if you're over age 40. Next, stress. Stress is absolutely huge. Our elevated blood pressure support community group, which is 62,000 members long, stress and anxiety is probably one of the biggest things in there that cause BP problems. People talk about white coat syndrome and all this sort of stuff. So breath is, deep breathing is one of the best things you can do, one of the levers you can pull on that. So you should look into that. Stress, number 8. Number 9, cut down on things that's going to elevate your blood pressure. Bad stuff such as excess alcohol, excess caffeine and stuff like that. Take a look at that. You don't want to be doing that. And number 10, body fat, Make sure that you're getting the exercise, the correct diet and everything else. If you're carrying excess body weight, your heart's having to pull all of that extra weight. Try and get rid of it the best you can. So if I had high blood pressure and I was struggling, those are the 10 things to do. Cut down on sugar, walk more, prioritize sleep. Don't over-obsess about taking BP readings, because it'll only create stress for you. Stay well hydrated. Muscle strength training, even if using your natural body weight. Find a good natural supplement. Stress management, cut down on alcohol and coffee, and try and lose weight to get into a healthy weight. Those are the things that I recommend. Coming back to point 7, I want to finish off by saying, if there's one thing you take from this video, please click on the link, have a read of what's on the page, but specifically go to the clinical studies section. Have a look what you see. you'll see the ingredients, the dosages, you'll see the actual results that were achieved from human clinical studies. And this is the one bit I want you to remember. Powder Max, which is a delicious real cacao and coconut MCT heart health solution, has every single one of them ingredients in the drink. So take a look. I think you're going to be really surprised. Thank you for listening.